world? Established Rich coming right back at you. And today we talking about a situation that really shows what hip hop is right now and where it's been headed for a minute. This is about Foogiano, Gucci Mane, and what it means when street expectations collide with real life decisions. Now, Foogiano just came home after doing 5 years. And the first thing people noticed is that he changes his profile picture to Pooh Shiesty.
Y'all know what's going on, man. I'm back. You feel what I'm saying? This full. Y'all feel me? Y'all tap in. Y'all want y'all tap in. Y'all know what's going on, man. I'm back. You feel what I'm saying? This full. Y'all feel me? Y'all tap in. Y'all want y'all tap in.
And we all know that is not random. That's a statement. Because when you do something like that, you letting people know exactly where you stand without having to say a word. And in this case, he's clearly aligning himself with somebody who is currently at odds with the same person who put him on. Now, before we even get into opinions, let's go back for a second and see what Gucci Mane said about Foogiano.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Listen, I wanted to make this announcement on 10/17 yesterday, but I just seen like my statement, my P&L with all my artists. You know, it's almost like a whole bunch of shakeup and it's a whole shit show in the industry right now. But when I look at my P&L and me being a businessman, I think that I'm gonna have to release almost all my artists except for Pooh Shiesty and Foogiano. This is a decision I didn't want to make. I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? I could keep all of them under the contract. But I said, hey, fuck it. Let's just make the unselfish decision and, let them take their talents elsewhere. So today, you know what I'm saying, I already reached out to all of my artists, you know what I'm saying, to their lawyers and whatever, and let them know that they're free to take their talents elsewhere. And I'm still looking for new talent to pair up with, you know what I'm saying, Pooh and Foo, and that's where I'm gonna put my focus. And I just wish them the best. And I just want to let everybody know that, because, hey, that's where we at.
You can see it plain as day. Gucci believed in Foogiano. He kept him when he let other people go. And that tells you everything about how he saw his potential. This wasn't just a random signing. This was somebody he saw as a part of the future of that label. And that's why this whole situation hits different. Because it's not just business falling apart, it's relationships falling apart. Now here's where the conversation gets real. And some people not gonna like it, but it needs to be said. Foogiano did what makes sense in this hip-hop climate. And that don't mean it make it right. That don't mean it makes it loyal, but it makes it realistic. Because right now, with everything surrounding Gucci Mane, there is a certain perception attached to him. And whether people agree with it or not, that perception is controlling how people move. And that perception is simple. People believed he crossed the line by involving law enforcement.
Y'all being immature. Y'all not looking at the bigger picture. He's an executive. He didn't go there for that. He went there to handle business. Hey, listen, if it was somebody else, raise your hand. If you think, if that happened to somebody else, and that somebody else would have did, if Jeezy that would have happened to Jeezy, and Jeezy would have got robbed and stripped and beat like that, what do you think Gucci Mane would have said about it?
Well, Michael won't do that. We won't snitch on nigga. We stand down for ourselves. Like, if I gotta go, I'm gonna go. I done went before. I don't want to snitch on nigga to save nobody's life, not even my own. I die if I snitch on nigga. That's on my mama.
What kind of tweets would have went out about that? So the hypocritical thing is not how people looking at it. The hypocritical thing is that you built your entire career off of thugging, off of destruction, off of trolling. The first rap troll, that nigga was the first rap troll from down south. He trolled the fuck out of everybody who went against the code of the street. So you can't be mad when a motherfucker holds you to the same standard that you once supported, all the way up until it wasn't advantageous to you. You can't be mad about that. That ain't how that go. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And the pot can't call the kettle black. If it was Jeezy, do you think that Gucci Mane wouldn't have tweeted, subtweeted, or Instagrammed something about how, he been a bitch ass nigga the whole time?
Now, I'm not here to argue whether that's right or wrong, because that's a whole different conversation. But what I'm saying is, in the world of these younger artists, that label sticks. And once that label sticks, it changes everything.
I could never, even though I'm a totally different nigga now, but I can't outgrow the seeds that I planted.
I'm listening. Explain that to me a little bit.
Like, I planted certain seed that I could never outgrow. Like, if I did certain shit, I can't speak on Gucci. I'm just gonna put myself in the shoes and answer it the way I would handle it.
I got you.
If I'm in the streets and I take from niggas, somebody takes something from me, I gotta respect it, because they had to respect it. That's the truth. I had to respect it. No
I'm
matter
with
what the loss is. Karma is karma, bro.
I'm with you.
Shit, what goes around comes around for real. I don't know if I believe in karma now. I don't know if people believe in karma now. But I believe, bro, what you plant come back to you. And you gotta respect it in a certain degree.
So do you think he shouldn't have called the police? Or you think that he shouldn't have talked about being with the police?
I think you should have took your L. How
So
many
he
L's
should-
you done made niggas take?
So look, so you know it was a camera. They had a camera and they caught it on camera.
All right, listen, I'm not saying tell your security or tell that white boy not to tell. Y'all can tell all y'all want to. But my name ain't finna be in that shit.
I got you. So they don't go in there. This for me. They go in there, they take shit, they make it find that shit, they pull them guns on that nigga. I don't know, man. I think I'm going to tell them goddamn folks, man.
But you're different. I ain't never seen you a different.
Hey, you right.
I'm
You
speaking
talking about
from
you.
me.
You speaking for you.
I'm
I
speaking
got
from
it.
me. I done
got
took before.
it.
And I'm glad they didn't call the police.
I got you. I got you.
So how the fuck I'm gonna be a hypocrite and let a nigga take from me and I call the police? I can't do that. That's just me.
I got you.
Not no shots at Goo-Wop. I love it.
I got you.
But he know this.
I got you. Get what, bank? I'm gonna take from and I'm gonna call them police on there.
Y'all nigga dirty nigga, boy. Y'all some dirty nigga.
Listen, I completely understand what Big Bank was saying because that mindset, that way of thinking, that's been a part of the culture for decades. And the reality is, a lot of people who speak against that mindset wouldn't be able to live by it themselves. But in hip hop, and especially in the street culture, that expectation still exists whether it makes sense or not. And that's where Gucci Mane's situation becomes unprecedented. You don't really see somebody at his level make that kind of decision publicly and then continue to operate in the same space like nothing changed. And now everybody connected to him has to make a decision. Do you stand with him or do you distance yourself to protect your career? And Foogiano made his decision. Now let me say this clearly, because this is where the older generation and the younger generation see this completely different. The older generation, we understand why Gucci did what he did. We understand that real life is not a rap song. We understand that there are consequences for everything. And sometimes you make decisions that don't look good to everybody else. But the younger generation, they not seeing it like that. They see it through the lens of the streets. They see it through the lens of loyalty. And they see it through the lens of what they've been taught is acceptable and what's not. And Gucci Mane was one of the people that taught them. And those two perspectives, they don't meet in the middle. So now you have a situation where Gucci Mane is moving one way and the people who came up under him are moving a completely different way. And that's why we're seeing what we're seeing right now. Now let's talk about the business side of this, because this is the side people don't really want to deal with. Right now, there are artists who don't want to do business with Gucci Mane until all the smoke clears, until they know what's going to happen in court, until they know what his next involvement is, until they know if he takes the stand or not. And that uncertainty is bad for business, because in this industry, perception is everything. And once your perception shifts, your business starts shifting right along with it. And that's why people are basically saying 1017 is dead as we know it.
Gucci wasn't no real CEO to me.
Yeah.
He don't know how to run a label. He sign you, he give you the money, give you the jury, and just let you do what you want to do.
Motherfuckers ain't saying, bro. Niggas ain't saying Gucci. Niggas ain't saying WAP. He'll call and check up on you, see how you living, make sure you scrape your knees, some woo. But outside it, but it's on your head. Like, I'm like.
Because the situation wasn't really shit, you know what I'm saying? Nigga just put a nigga in a situation and just left a nigga ass in the blind. You ain't really just put the pressure behind her like you did R.I.C.H to them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so the deal didn't help you in no kind of way.
It didn't help me, period.
I want y'all label to go harder for you. What label?
So years contract killers though, you know.
No cap. In and out.
In and out gang.
In the small print, it be like, we can renew up to 4 times.
Yep.
What?
Facts on God.
4 times? Hell no.
No, sir.
In that contract to a lawyer, she gonna find something wrong with it.
Motherfucker I was signed to went handling the business how they were supposed to. And to walk, that what your ass get, nigga, for doing all that dick riding, you know. And I get it, you feel me, bro was hot, you feel me, you gotta run with your hot hand, but nigga was showing favoritism, doing little dick riding shit. A lot of little whole shit nigga was doing.
Everybody wanted respect. That's why Channing left. She didn't like what was going on. There was really no team with 1017 to where we had people that was really there, that was guiding us. It was just like all the calls was coming from everybody that they was putting in charge. And a lot of people that was in charge shouldn't have been in charge over there at Atlantic. And that's the real issue.
Not because Gucci don't have the ability to rebuild, but because the type of artists he dealing with, they move based on a different set of rules. And if you don't fit those rules anymore, they move on. Now here's the part that really makes you think. A lot of people are holding Gucci to a standard they would never live by themselves. And that's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. People would sit there and say, you should have stayed quiet, or you should have handled it this way. But when it comes to their own family, their own life, their own safety, they're not making them same decisions. And that's why this whole conversation is complicated, because it's not just about right or wrong. It's about expectations versus reality. And right now, those two things are not lining up. So when I look at Foogiano, I don't see somebody being random. I see somebody making a calculated move based on the world he has to operate in. And when I look at Gucci Mane, I see somebody who made a real life decision and now has to deal with the cultural consequences of that decision. And those consequences, they don't just go away overnight. This is one of those situations that's gonna take time. And it might not ever go back to what it used to be. But that's what happens when real life collides with an image that people expect you to maintain. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe. Establish Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.